Hi, and welcome to the History Channel. Today we're going to be learning about early humans. Over to the expert, Emma Anderson.
Thanks, Allie.
Stop it.
Hi, I'm Emma Anderson, and first we're going to go to the last common ancestor of the Homo sapien. We're going to do the Australopithecus. The Australopithecus lived about 2.5 million years ago in an environment in South Africa that was a mixture of wetland and the savanna grasslands. The climate became drier and the savanna grasslands spread, causing the Australopithecus to become bipedal. Males were usually about 5 feet and females were about 4 feet and 5 inches. The males were also about 92 pounds and the females were about 64 pounds. Australopithecus had usually small brains. They were about 1/3 of the size that humans have today, about 500 cubic centimeters. Now with the on-field expert with the Australopithecus.
Millions years ago, the Australopithecus was the first ancestor of the human race. It was known to be found in eastern Africa. The Australopithecus was a scavenger rather than a hunter. It ate all kinds of stuff, including seeds, grasses, fruits, leaves. The Australopithecus were active climbers. They spent a lot of time in trees and they walked upright. They were equipped for tree climbing because of the socket for the shoulder joint that was pointed upward. The Australopithecus differed from anything else because of its bipedalism and the canine teeth that it had. The first Australopithecus appeared around 3.6 million years ago. The Australopithecus species became bipedal because of the foresty features and flat lands in Africa.
Back to you, Emma.
Thank you, Courtney. Now we're going to move on to the next evolution that led up to humans, the Homo habilis. Some environmental factors that allowed the Homo habilis to evolve were that there was all grasslands where they lived, so they did not have that many opportunities. This way they discovered and used tools to live more happily in their environment. Also, they were about 3 feet and 4 inches to about 4 feet and 5 inches. They had a very square upper jaw and they averaged about 70 pounds. They had smaller teeth than the Australopithecus and they had short legs and long arms. Now for the next on-field reporter with the live Homo habilis.
About 2.3 to 1.5 million years ago, this grassland species lived. They have thick enamel on their teeth and their diet was very versatile. They were capable of eating a broad range of items, including leaves, woody plants, and other animal tissues. Sometimes they ate seeds or nuts. Most of them were vegetarians. They were the first to make a tool. They had slightly larger brains, although they still had ape-like proportioned bodies. Although bipedalism started with earlier humans, these Homo habilis have that same trait. They use these many tools to pick up items off the ground and find things in trees for food. We know so much about these animals because of archaeologists, geologists, and historians. These Homo habilis are one of the very unique species in the human evolution. Back to you, Emma.
Thank you, Allie. Next we have the Homo erectus. There were 3 cold glacier periods with harsh winter temperatures. They brought expansion of open habitats with grasslands. The Homo erectus was very short and stocky. They had large brow ridges and distinctive skull shapes. The brain was about 1,050 cubic centimeters. Now on to our next on-field reporter with the Homo erectus.
The 3 glacier cold periods with harsh winter temperatures brought the expansion to the grasslands. These animals ate large amounts of supplemented meat and plant food. They had thicker brains. than most other early humans. The Homo erectus was known for using their tools. They also carried on the trait of bipedalism, but one of their unique features was finding tools and ash to make fire. They found this evidence through the archaeology and history of the Homo erectus. One of the most common ancestors of the Homo erectus was the ergastus. These early humans must have started to settle out of Africa as they migrated to Indonesia and China. That is where we found the evidence of the Homo erectus. Back to you, Emma.
Hi, the next evolution of the human is the Neanderthal. The Neanderthal was mostly in cold climates, which they had to create protective clothing and have lots of body hair to keep warm. They were known as cave people, and the female were about 64 pounds and were about 1.5 meters. Males were about 77.6 pounds. They had a larger brain size than humans today. Now to our on-field expert with the Neanderthal.
Neanderthal lived in cold climates. They migrated to grasslands and they lived in southern Ukraine, Spain, and France. They lived in mouths of caves and rock shelters in Europe and Southwest Asia. Their diet was, they were carnivores, but they also liked to eat wild plants, and they had many marine sources, mollusks, seals, dolphins, and fish. They also liked to eat cereals and grains. They butchered large white animals, wild pigs, red deer, and ibex. The unique behaviors of Neanderthal was they would chew on men's shoes to soften the fabric and the soles. They ate other humans for a source of food sometimes. They stored their dead bones, and bodies were flexed in fetal position. They buried the heads of cave bears and had some sort of sophisticated communication. How do they differ from other predators? Well, the cave bear, which was one of their predecessors, was 13 feet tall. They also had huge mammoths. How long ago did the species first appear? Well, they appeared 350,000 years to 600,000 years ago. They had the use of fire, and they were able to walk on 2 feet, bipedalism, and they had the use of tools, and they were able to collect and learn. The Neanderthal lived in cold climates that migrated to grasslands. In southern Ukraine, they lived in Spain. Neanderthals used fire to burn seeds and wood, as well as fire-altered stone tools. They intercontinental migrated, as you can see here. Back to you, Emma.
The Homo sapien was first found in Africa, but now we have intermigrated to all over the world. We have the second largest brain to the Neanderthal, and we have the smallest nose, and we are the tallest evolution. Our eye sockets are actually square now, but the Neanderthals were circle. Our average height is 160 to 175 centimeters. Our brains are about 1,350 centimeters, about 2.2% of our body mass. We have smaller muscles than the Neanderthal, but bigger bones. Learning became more profound because of our new, more symbolic language. Also, our brains is at our largest point, allowing us to innovate and improve upon more tools. We were the second species to have intercontinental migration. Late Neanderthals migrated, but only have we traveled to every continent and mapped onto the entire Earth. 20,000 years ago, we first traveled to the Americas.
The humans of these... Start over.
Australopithecus is... is that a word?
No.
Cold.
Okay, that's good.
I know, you have to press hard.
About the whole entire Homo sapien. So you guys have to put up with me.
Millions and millions and millions of years ago, the Australopithecus was the first ancestor of
in our line of evolution is
Australopithecus.
Stop! Guess.
Australopithecus.
Courtney, you are an Australopithecus.
The Homo erectosaurus.
Okay.
3.
Go.
Caitlin, go to bed.
Allie.
Are you going?
It's loading. Oh my god. Courtney, that was all you, because you turned it up all the way.
Natalie! Okay guys, come on. Go. Go.
I like that booty.
Definitely. Are you ready?
Pull your shirt down. I'm your mother. Okay, ready?
On your mark. Set. Mixed steps.
Who wrote this?
You.